What's going on? It's currently Tuesday morning, 8:51 a.m., and we got some stocks gapping around, making moves this morning. DLHP is going to be a buyout, so no worries about looking at that one. You don't need to worry about that. It's basically not even existent for us. So we'll keep an eye on some other stuff going on here. This morning, futures rallying big from the 42 area at 6 a.m. 242 up there to 262 right now on the futures. So if you're checking out the futures, it's hot this morning. We got some big players reporting today. Earnings. Got some big earnings players coming out today. What up? We got some big players. Some stocks like Apple. We've got Starbucks after the bell. We've got AMD. We've got eBay. It's some big players in the market today. So let's take a look here. We'll take a look at everything today. We'll take a look at futures. We'll take a look at what's going on. No real economic news coming out today. I was looking earlier to see if there's any economic news to keep an eye on today. No real economic news. Yesterday, we had a lot of volatility in the market after the coronavirus over the weekend. We basically opened up after gapping down. We gapped down pretty big, and futures really sold off yesterday, kind of bounced around. A lot of volatility yesterday. Really just an overall choppy market yesterday. Up, down, all around. So we'll take a look at that here in a little bit. This morning, AEMD. I talked about AEMD yesterday morning before the market opened. It went up over 50%. It's having some trouble here pre-market. We'll take a look at that chart right now and see what's going on with AEMD. The AEMD play was basically just playing into the fact that we had the coronavirus news and we were expecting a move. I know this morning it's dropped from $4.70 down there to $3.20 right now. But yesterday really I think was the bulk of the move, or at least the action to definitely keep an eye on. So you can see here, we've got the chart AEMD. Yesterday when I talked about it, the price was down there at 260 area, 250. It ran all the way up here after hours to $4.24. So that was a big major move yesterday on it. It gave everybody plenty of time to get in the morning as it dipped right after open. It actually dipped all the way down there to $2.51, and then it rallied after that. So we posted it up there on YouTube yesterday morning. It was live before the market opened. Got the news for you guys and talked about that overall trade plan. To be honest, I was hoping for a bigger move. I was hoping for a $5 break yesterday. We did not get that $5 break this morning pre-market, pulling back now. So we'll keep an eye on it. Let's see what happens today if we get some more news coming out. There's also another stock, CTSO, this morning is on the Gapper list. It's up on coronavirus news as well. So a couple biotechs up this morning on news for the coronavirus. Obviously, that's a big deal right now. Everybody's talking about it. It's hot. Get it? You know what I mean? Everyone's got a fever for the coronavirus. And these small cap biotechs making big moves. So what else we got going on? We'll look at the Gapper list again. ARMP popping up there on low volume so far with 33,000 shares. Just a big jump here from the 330 area up there to 420 now on 33,000 shares. We got to get more volume there on ARMP before really getting too crazy about this one so far this morning. If we take a look here, we'll take a look at the futures this morning. If you're just now tuning in, welcome. How's it going? Good morning. I'm looking bright and sunny this morning. Bright-eyed and sunny. So this morning, we've got this is the 5-minute chart here on futures. And if we look on a bigger picture time frame, you can see that gap down yesterday. The big gap down there from the 295, 300 area. Big gap down there all the way down to 255 and then hitting down there to the 230, 225 area yesterday. So a lot of volatility today in the overall market, or yesterday, I guess we should say, and also today in futures. So we got a rally from the 230 area up there to 260, pulling back down there to 245, and then back up there to 265. I'm going to be looking for two things to happen here. My head's in the way. That's not good. Let me move this way. There we go. Oh, I got to sneeze. Oh, gosh. I got to sneeze. Oh. Wake you guys up with a little horn tooting. So, my ear now. So, we're looking at that 263 area, which you can see that. Let me kind of zoom in here and get a bigger picture. Okay, there we go. So, we're looking at that resistance here, 263 area on futures I'm watching this morning. If we can't get above there, if we get stuck there multiple times going into open or at the bell, if we get stuck there a lot, I'll be looking for a short opportunity and looking for this to pull back again and maybe get back down here to the 240 area if we do sell off and get weakness. So that's what I'm watching for the futures right now. That's my game plan that way. So, yeah, we'll just keep an eye on it right now and see if we can't get a move here. Can't get a move on this one later on. So let's take a look at the gappers one more time. Anything else popping up there this morning? Anything else popping up there? Oh, man. I got the SARS virus. Oh, no. Anything but that, please. So let's take a look. We'll look at the earnings players today. Apple. I don't know why I said Apple. Apple this morning. Yesterday, obviously, the whole market gapped down, so Apple was a part of that gap down. And then this morning, they're at the 312 area. So if you look at the bigger picture here, what do we got going into earnings here? We got a gap in the chart. So I think if the market can stay strong today, and Apple obviously comes out with some good news today, that'll be a pretty easy gap fill there, maybe up to the 317 area. It really depends on the overall news here in the earnings. I don't know if we're going to get a blowout. I don't really see any reason for Apple to have a blowout earnings. They haven't really had anything in terms of product-wise that would really, govern or dictate a big, massive move here in terms of revenue. But I'm definitely not an Apple expert. But just off the top of my head, I don't really think that I've heard or seen an Apple product that's just been insane lately that would result in a major move here for revenue. So we'll see what happens with Apple. We've got AMD also today. AMD also experiencing that gap down yesterday. Everybody just kind of gapping down and kind of rallying back right now. Oh, gosh. Nothing like blowing your nose in front of a bunch of people on YouTube. Nothing like it. So we'll see what happens here. AMD as well, kind of just pushing back up there to where we kind of gapped down yesterday. So kind of recovering now, but still got some way to go up here to all-time high. All-time high on AMD is 52.81. So we'll see how this news comes out today, earnings-wise, if this thing can make some moves. Also, like I said, Starbucks gapping down as well. So kind of interesting to see, these multiple stocks gapping down into earnings. So it's like if we do get that banging news, if we do get a nice earnings report, they should be able to fill back. Because it's one thing to go into earnings at all-time high. If Starbucks goes into earnings at $94 at their all-time high, it's one of those things where, okay, maybe the news is good, but it's not good enough to push it to 100. So now that we've gapped down right before earnings on those few companies, it might be beneficial for them. Well, I guess either way, it's as a trader, it could be beneficial because you might get a bigger pop going into that earnings. And then eBay also today. eBay not experiencing that big of a drop yesterday. So eBay already kind of moving around here. Only 1,000 shares traded, which is pretty funny to see eBay with only 1,000 shares traded pre-market. Again, I'm not an eBay expert, but I don't really see any reason for eBay to have a massive blowout earnings as well. So we'll see what happens here. Those are the 4 stocks that are reporting after the bell today. We'll see how that affects the overall market if we get some power into the market here today. And if we can make some moves. The SPY rallying back here, like we said, looking at the futures. There's a big old gap in the chart. We'll see if we can push here and want to make a move today. That 325.60 area on the SPY giving us some resistance right now. We want to keep an eye on that 325.60. If we can't push above there, I'll be looking for a short opportunity in the futures market. So, all right, let's take a look at the gapper list again. Looking slow right now. OBCI just popped up for some reason. Just went from $3.50 up there to $6.60. Not really sure what the news is here. OBCI from $3.60 up there to $6.60 so far. Interesting. That's very interesting. What's up, legend? What's good? Right now, keep an eye. Look at OBCI here. You guys see this? OBCI, look at this, baby. Wow, we got a 5-minute candle up there to $6.60 right now. Just booming. Coronavirus news on OBCI. Okay. Also, Trade Ideas has a deal going on this week. If you check out the link I just posted in the chat box, they've got a new deal right now. You get 2 weeks of Trade Ideas Premium. You could use the same scanner that I use every day for $8.99. So you might as well check that one out. OBCI has a 3.5 million share float. It's up 77% right now. Currently trying to make moves here. Up there to 660. Volume's still low here. Only 88,000 shares traded. So we got to get some more volume on this thing. Need more volume, baby. More. Everything more. All the mores. We need more volume. Especially look at the 1-minute chart here. I mean, that 5-minute chart is just scary. I mean, where do you buy at here? We did this the other day with, what was it, TWMC or whatever it was. What do you do when you're up on that 5-minute candle and it's just like banging straight to the moon? I don't know. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one here. Missing HAP? What's up with HAP? I don't know if I'm missing it. HAPP this morning. Not really sure why that's not on the scanner. OBCI there at 5.85 right there at the $6 area. Why did you cut your hair? My hair was messed up, so I cut it. Do I still trade futures? Yes. There you go. Your two questions answered just like that. Who else answers questions like that? Nobody. So OBCI right there at the $6 area. You can see on the gapper list, OBCI with a 3.5 million share float, 65% right now. It's up only on 122,000 shares traded. So we got to get some more volume on this thing before jumping in here. I don't know if I'd want to be too quick to jump in just yet. Give a little bit of time to get some volume on it, get some action coming in, and then look for an opportunity. What's my highest profit ever? I made a lot of money with Bitcoin in 2017. I don't know if that counts as a trade or not, but it was pretty wild. What's considered high volume? I'd like to see 500,000 shares traded minimum. 500,000 shares traded is a good sign, especially on a move like this. You get a 5-minute candle, you need to get a volume on this thing, and you want to see that volume come in there. As you can see, this 5-minute candle's got 131,000 shares traded, and currently only 12,000 shares traded on this candle here. So we got to get more volume. So you can see on the 1-minute chart, only 11,000 shares right there traded so far. So looking weak right now at the $6 area. It needs to get back above 6 if it wants to push here. As it's pulling back there to the 540, just like I said, getting weak there. This thing, the problem with this thing is on OBCI, this could pull all the way back down to $4 in a split second when there's no volume, there's no action on it. Is the coronavirus hype over? I don't think so. I wouldn't say that it's over just yet. OBCI this morning. And you can see here on the gapper list, once again, looking at what's popping up. GNPX, we've talked about GNPX a couple times. It's up this morning. Not really sure why. It just keeps kind of bouncing up there for some reason. It's up 14%. And you can see ARMP with a 9 million share float. So we're looking for floats. You know, normally under 10 million shares is going to be a good small float. It's going to get way more volatile if you do get some big action on it. And you can see right now, on OBCI as this is just continuing to pull back. Just like I said, looking weak there at the $6 area. This was not rocket science. You don't need to be an expert. You don't need to be an expert trader to sit here and be like, well, there's a good chance that this thing is going to pull back, especially after going from $3.60 up there to $6.60 and now back down there to $5. So you gotta be careful on this one. Definitely be careful. I hope none of you guys ended up buying this at $6. I hope. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm praying for you guys. I'm hoping that nobody out there was dumb enough to buy this at $6. I might have the first case of coronavirus in Florida. I'm dying over here, right? I don't know why I'm sneezing. AEMD. Yesterday, AEMD making a big old move. I hope you guys saw that. We talked about that. We talked about it on YouTube yesterday morning at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. put the video out. Or maybe it was, 9 a.m.? I think it was 8 a.m. We talked about it at 8 a.m. And we had a big old move. I think it was up 60% at one point. So AEMD yesterday. Hopefully you guys followed along. You got some action. I saw multiple people commenting. One guy said that he made the most money he's ever made from that trade yesterday. Some other guy said he made $200. Some guy said he made 50%. So pretty cool to see for the YouTube subscribers, everybody out there helping you guys. Hopefully I helped you guys out. Hopefully you guys definitely checked out AEMD. That was a nice little move yesterday, up 60% at the highs. So there we go. I wouldn't say that I pumped it. Did I pump it? I wouldn't say that I pumped it. I don't think my YouTube channel can create enough volume to pump a stock. Just what I think. Is it still a trade? Nope. I mean, currently, not really sure. It's not a trade, but damn, 10 million shares. Awesome. I think the trade on the AEMD was yesterday after the weekend fear of coronavirus. So we'll keep an eye on it today, AEMD, if it can continue higher from there. But right now, looking a little weak pre-market. Oh, my gosh. This is so annoying right now. What the? Oh, my God. Sneezing right now. Why is this happening? Oh, man. All right, so let's take a look at the gapper list now. One more time, if you're just now tuning in, welcome to the party. You're a little late. Why does everybody ask the same question? Did you stop trading futures? Did you stop trading? No, I didn't stop trading futures. Why is this even a question? I don't know why people always ask these questions. Look, I'm still trading futures. I'm still trading it. I'm still doing it. Don't worry. I'm still trading futures. It's like if I don't post a video one day, everyone's like, "Did you stop? Did you stop trading futures?" Honestly, I've been trading futures every day, but just haven't really had any trades that I wanted to make a video about. I've had some small green days, but they were all just kind of bullshit trades that I wasn't hyped on anyway. So there was no point in me spending, an hour to make a video talking about how I did something stupid and somehow got lucky and made money. So, it is what it is. Do I think it's a good idea to switch from equities to futures? I think if you've only got $400 in your account, it's a great idea. You can trade the micro E-minis. You can learn how to trade. There's small risk. The commission's low, stuff like that. So I think there's definitely a lot of potential. Personally, recently, I've just been kind of just trying to focus more on trading more than trying to make videos about me trading. So if that makes sense. In the past, I feel like a lot of times when I would be focused on making a video for trading, I would end up getting out early or end up doing stupid stuff just because I wanted to try to get a trade for the video. And the last week or so, I've just been kind of sitting back and waiting for those right opportunities, and still not super happy about some of the actions. So just getting there, we're grinding, we're battling, still alive, still making moves. So don't you all worry, we're still trading futures. Looking at the gapper list here one more time. Again, DLPH, we already talked about that one being a buyout, so don't worry about that stock. OBCI, ARMP, NH, and a couple other stocks moving around here this morning. We're going to see what happens here. I want to see what happens with OBCI. OBCI is interesting to me to see if we can hold that kind of $5 area. It's looking like $5 area wants to hold right now on OBCI. You can see here by looking at this chart, obviously. You can see multiple touches down here to the 5. So as long as $5 can hold going into open, I think OBCI has some potential to go up here. Obviously up, up, up. We got a pre-market high there at the 660 area. So that fine line in the sand is going to be $5. So if you're looking for a trade, OBCI, we should get some more volume going into open here. We got 300,000 shares traded. So that's what I'm watching right now. OBCI going into open. Somebody asked about CODX. CODX now down there to 275 after going up to 370 and pulling back. So it looks like kind of a lot of the biotech coronavirus type hype stocks all kind of following the same pattern today. Same with AEMD. But AEMD bouncing there at the $3 area and back up there to 355 now. So a couple stocks trying to make moves here. Just going to get more volume on these. AEMD's got 500,000 shares traded, but we'll see what happens. And then HAPP, someone asked about this one earlier, pulling back there from $8 back down there to $6.40 now. So $6.40. BCRX is doing good, somebody said. BCRX is still doing good. Huh. What? It's funny. It's always interesting to see what people say about stocks. Like people be like, man, this stock's the best stock ever. It's going higher. And it's like, what? Huh? Are we looking at the same charts? Are we looking at the same charts? If you're just now tuning in, talked about earlier, Trade Ideas has a deal going on right now. It's $8.99 to try it out for 2 weeks. Yeah, you can't pass up on that deal. You get the same scanners and everything that I use every day, so you might as well check that out. 2 weeks of a trial for only $8.99. I mean, skip your Starbucks mocha frappa latte today. You know, just skip that. You'll be able to afford Trade Ideas for 2 weeks. It's a pretty good deal, I think. What else? What else is happening today? Looks like the SPY's pulling back right now. Already back down there to 325 area. Okay. I've already missed out on my futures trade here, didn't I? Yep, I did. I missed out on it. Oh gosh. Go back to here. No, I think we might be. Give us one a little longer here. Look on the 5-minute chart. Looks like we're breaking down at the downside right now. So futures looking like we want to pull back. I'm going to wait till open and see what happens at open. We've been getting some big ups and downs there on the market at open lately, volatility. So I'm going to give it a little bit of time. If we start to sell hard, if we start selling off hard, I'll look to get short the futures this morning. So that's the game plan. And then we've got resistance there at the 263 area going up to the 264. So all right. How does OBCI look right now? Let's take a look at it. OBCI. I think OBCI is pretty cut and dry here at this point. $5 is the line in the sand right now. You can see how we're getting tight here, getting tight right there. So $5 support there on OBCI. If this thing can, if it can break back above, that 530, be something to keep an eye on. $5 is support right now. And you can see on the 1-minute chart that kind of bull flag there. So let's see if this is gonna push here, baby, push above $5.30. We got a 3.5 million share float there on OBCI, so we know it's got a small float. We know it has potential to make a big move. It's got some news this morning. Looking at the daily chart here, seeing if we got any resistance coming up here. Looks like this stock has spiked up multiple times before, had some big spikes, and really only looking like, oh gosh, sometimes these lines can just be so hard. That 571 area is previous resistance multiple times there, so that's something to keep an eye on as well. So maybe over 570 would be an entry. But right now, we're testing that $5 support again. So, like I said, if it can't hold $5, it's not looking good right now. Is OBCI related to coronavirus? Yes. Hey, Alex, saw the jet surfboard. That's awesome. Small world, isn't it? Isn't it a small world out there? It's a small world. What else we got moving this morning on the gapper list? Everything we've already talked about already, so nothing looking too crazy. OBCI is going to be the one I think to keep an eye on. Like I said, if it can hold that $5 area, that's going to be a key area to keep an eye on. To have an eye on, you want to keep an eye on the ion. OBCI. All right. So there it is. We've already talked about the stocks that have earnings today. Apple, AMD, Starbucks, and eBay have earnings today. We talked about there's not really any economic news as well today. We still got the impeachment trial going on. It'll be interesting to see what the market does once that impeachment trial is over. I don't think the market's going to really do much after that other than once it's all over. They'll probably have a nice little rally at that point, but I don't think there's any chance of it actually going unfavorable for Trump, so I'm not worried about that. But we'll see what happens. OBCI right there now, kind of pushing up to that trend line. We're below the EMAs there as well. So OBCI up there, pre-market high, 660. Keep an eye on it. 515 right now. What's up with AEMD? AEMD pushing back up there, 370 now, trying to get back up towards that $4 area. $4. AEMD has a small float as well. We talked about this one yesterday, being up on coronavirus news. So there it is. If you guys haven't already, do want to be favorite, hit that like button, hit me the subscribe button, all that fun stuff. If you want to be a part of this channel, I'm telling you right now. And like I said, there's got a deal going on right now with Trade Ideas for $8.99 to try this baby out. So there it is. I'm going to get ready for the market open. Hopefully you guys all stay green today. Everybody has a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 8:50 a.m. Make sure you tune in. I'll talk to you later on.